What's up, Plot?
I'm good, how's it?
What's going on?
Big things?
I can see that. you look a bit nervous.
No, I'm not nervous.
Is that a grow? All right. You know, I've got a big passion for hip hop. Yeah. And then when you invited me to be part of the hip hop summit that's being held end of this month,
yeah,
I thought let me just come to you in person and maybe we can have a thorough one-on-one discussion on what this hip hop summit is all about.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it all about?
Well, basically, the Hip Hop Summit is a convention that seeks to bring together different stakeholders from the hip hop sector to come together, start a conversation, and start taking that conversation a step further from just the talk, but walking the talk.
Yeah.
You know, the hip hop industry in Zimbabwe has not been really.
No, it's non-existent.
It's non-existent.
It's non-existent. So this is why I really want to know what the summit is going to bring out, because we've had this discussion, me and you, several times, and I'm actually very happy and pleased that you decided to have this summit. And I see you've invited some experts from around the world to come and share their experience of hip hop in their cultures or in their countries. Yeah.
Yes.
But you, as Zimbabwe, does hip hop exist in Zimbabwe?
Hip hop does exist, but an industry is not in existence.
Okay.
Yes. So I think what we're seeking to do is to build that foundation that will see an industry growing, an industry that is sort of a combination of different factors where different players are playing their active role in their respective areas, but ultimately contributing to what we could term an industry, a sustainable, viable industry, an industry that
has to be lucrative.
Exactly, something that supports its own artists and is able to really transcend, you know, the local borders, not just outside, because everybody's thinking of going international, but look, we have not even fed the local market.
True.
We've not fed the local community, and this is what we need to do. First and foremost, take hip hop to the streets, take hip hop to the village, make everybody appreciate and understand it, and up to a point where internationally people will start to recognize that, oh, there's hip hop happening in Zimbabwe. Let's work together.
Okay. Interesting. In a nutshell, I think you've said everything that needs to be said. But what topics are you going to touch up?
The first topic is on the state of Zimbabwean hip hop. So we're basically looking at where are we? Where are we there? Where do we want to be? How do we get there? What are the challenges that we're facing? What sort of solutions can we come up with?
So I'll throw that question at you though. Okay. Where are we?
We're nowhere. We're nowhere.
We haven't started.
We haven't started.
All right.
Yes, we have.
I'm happy you said that.
Yeah, we have, you know, some success stories here and there, but ultimately,
it's non-existent.
It's non-existent, you know, and I think we need to consolidate that and really create something viable and tangible.
Yeah, but it's going to be a struggle, though. I mean,
it's going to be a struggle, but I think, the conversation has already started. It has been online, it has been offline, it has been in corridors, in studios, in bars, everywhere. But now we are saying it has come of age. Let's walk the talk.
All right.
Let's take it to where it belongs. You know, if we've just been talking and not actioning, now is the time to take action and really make hip hop what it is.
All right. So after the summit, what's next? That's the part I'm interested in, because like you said, these discussions have been held in the restaurants, in the bars, in the streets. We had this conversation before this interview, you know what I mean? So now the summit comes, certain topics are touched upon, everybody airs out their views, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that, blah, blah, blah. Like any other industry, what is the next move after the summit? After all that information has been gathered and collected, and these are what people's views are about the industry, if it's there or it's not there, or what people are doing wrong, what is the next move?
I think the next move is upon the industry to chart the way forward, to sort of chart their next course of action to say this is how we're going to do it. But I think it's going to be a combination of individual and institutional efforts for the government to say, okay, this is what we're going to do. Because yes, we've invited Zimura, the Zimbabwe Revenue Authority when it comes to music. Yes.
They're coming?
They're coming.
I have questions for them.
Yes. So we've invited them because a lot of artists have questions and they don't know the processes. They need to know this and that. How can they really make money out of their music? And we've invited videographers, who want to take our videos to platforms that will finally get our music noticed. We've invited music producers. We've invited also, artists, different artists, not only from Harare, but also from around the country, to speak about their challenges. We've invited the Zimbabwe Hip Hop Awards, Zim Hip Hop Awards representatives to come and articulate and respond to questions that people have in terms of the credibility, in terms of the process, which has seen a lot of more talk than anything else. And I'm happy that they've obliged, they're coming through, which marks a beginning. Now the conversation is no longer just on social media, but ultimately people taking stock and acknowledging that, okay, look, we have a challenge and how do we deal with that challenge? And also international players that are coming through to the summit that are going to be talking about different experiences from their respective countries. For example, Slicker, and Slicker is one of the leading pioneers or players in the hip-hop industry in South Africa, not just hip-hop, but the entertainment scene. He's working with a lot of artists, he's discovered a lot of artists, and is an artist himself. So
he's been there, he's done that.
He's been there, he has done that with Squatter Camp, with other artists and so forth. So I think that experience alone, because we're always giving examples of South Africa, which is AKA, they have Questa, they have MT, they have an industry. They have an industry.
And it's working and people are actually living off it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and also we have players coming from, participants coming from UK, from the States, from Brazil, that are also bringing a bit of their knowledge and experience to say.
So this is actually really big.
It's quite big. It's quite big. And
right. Well done. Congratulations on that. I mean, it's first time something concerning hip hop has been put together properly, and we will be there. Entertainment with Chuck will be there to support and collect as much footage as we can, so we can bring it to light, get a clear understanding of what the Hip Hop Summit was all about and what the achievements were. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Does this mean you're not doing breakdancing no more?
No, I'm still part of,
Well, hip hop is, breakdance is a part of hip hop.
It's part of hip hop, but look, I mean, for 10 years I've been involved with Jililika. Now I'm no longer the director, but I've been there as a non-dancer and I worked flat out. And today I'm proud to say that there's a legacy to talk about. Yeah. We managed to break boundaries, we managed to make it, and create a movement that is now internationally recognized. I believe
it's a big brand now.
It's a big brand now. And I believe with the Hip Hop Summit, especially more on the musical side, we're going to break those barriers. And I'm not just working alone, I'm working with young people that are that have energy and the passion to drive that industry. I'm working with a young person, a young man who's based in South Africa and is editor of the South African Hip Hop magazine, Daranya Mtsamba. And that talent alone is going to contribute to where we want to be. Working with Amanda Murimba, who's also working in the hip hop scene in South Africa, and our QS Banda, who's based in Germany, and she has been there, as far as the hip hop industry is concerned, hustling herself, but right now she's touring. So yeah, it's not basically about Plot, but it's about us coming together as a collective.
Well said. Yeah. Plot, thank you very much for giving time for us. We know you're a busy man. Are you a blogger now? Because I see you're always instigating something online. Anyway, the Hip Hop Summit, ladies and gentlemen, we will be there to bring you more footage on that. Thank you very much for making time for us.
Thanks a lot.